Okay, welcome back, my value viewers, and also anybody who's been entranced by the eBay is dicking us again title. Well, maybe it might not say dicking us, robbing us blind. Yeah, I watched. Well, I did me wrapping stuff at 7 this morning because I was going to the gym for 8:30. But I've sold some stuff since, so I'm going to wrap it now, and I'm going to talk at the same time. I've just had a coffee, put my feet up for 20 minutes since I come back from the gym, and I went round the charity shops. So what time is it? It's just gone 1 actually, and my Wi-Fi isn't working. That's not very good, is it? I'll transfer over to the extension, the real Wi-Fi, which I know is working because the phone's Wi-Fi is working and it's on the Wi-Fi in the house. It'll be a bit slower, that's all. The extension thing is becoming unreliable. That's what it is. So anyway, yeah, I watched Andrew Moneymentals, and then I watched and attracted a shot by Jack Dobbins of Disc Traders about the same thing. eBay have sent a message round saying that June 24th they're going to start charging people for having a promoted listing. If anybody clicks on it at all, you get charged. It doesn't matter if somebody else buys it. If that person is brand new to eBay, has not clicked on it, has come from an external link. I've just looked at my promoted system and the percentages. Roughly 75% of my sales come from organic. No, sorry. No, let's get this right. 75% of my views come from organic. A little bit less than that are the sales. Sales are about 60 to 66, 70 sometimes. But, you know, it's that sort of thing. So promoted people who click on the adverts below what they're looking for are more likely to buy from you, but only a very small amount more. Yeah, only a small amount more. 24% of my views come from external links, such as Google. And I don't pay for external promotion like eBay wants you to. eBay wants you to pay a click-through promotion, which is what's called promoted bonus or something these days. Then there's standard promoted, which is called promoted something else now, because they keep changing the names. When people keep changing the names of an established figure, you know they're gaslighting you. If they introduce something to replace something that's working, there's a bonus in it for them, not for you. That's how it works. If something's working and they change it for no good reason, there is a good reason, and it's their good reason. And their only good reason is to earn more money for their company. Yeah. Now, as a person who's been in businesses since I was 18, I've had 4 or 5 businesses. My eBay currently is the least successful business I've ever had, I might add. And my van company went bust. There again, saying that if my van company had earned as much as what eBay does, it would have gone bust a lot faster. Right, yeah. So it's actually clicked through now. So the messages are disgusting. It's like saying, we know we already take this much off you. If somebody clicks through, by the way, Andrew, what are you doing on 8%? The percentages rapidly drop off in functionality past about 2.5%, 3%. You get into the pictures below people's listings at 2%. 2.5% means that sometimes you're in the top spot if people have searched for that. 5%, the percentage times of the top spot is more. Now, under the new scheme, you'll never get the top spot. Yeah. Never, ever get the top spot ever again. We've added a new payment method to your account. That's another report. Thanks for reporting an issue with a buyer. Oh yeah, had to report a buyer. The one that sent me the calculator back. So what's the new payment scheme? I'll just look at this first because it came in first. Oh, it's a new payment method. It's updating my credit card. Fair enough. Oh, that was a bit weird as well. I paid with my debit card for something yesterday. My debit card runs out at the end of the month. So I went to get my new debit card and put the number in. They already had it. eBay already had my new debit card number, but they didn't have the CCV, the security number. But the bank, having had my old card number, had shared the new card number with them automatically. I would like to know who gave them permission to do that. It's probably somewhere in the small print. So yeah, exclusive and placement for priority campaigns. If you're using a priority campaign, you have a chance of getting the first position. This means your listings will get more visibility to help increase your chance of sale. If you're already using, priority campaigns, that's what they call them now. Add placement with priority. You'll automatically benefit from the increased visibility and continue to only pay for clicks on your ads, whether or not you sell them the items with that one. The advanced tools like smart targeting and suggested campaigns. Now, I never go with the suggested rate because their suggested rate, I don't have priority campaigns. For the general, which used to be standard, attributed sale will be when any buyer purchases the promoted item within 30 days of any click on the ad, regardless of whether the buyer themselves clicked on the ad. So if you were eBay and you wanted to charge everybody every time, what you need is a click farm. You can buy a click farm for about £25. I kid you not. You can buy a click farm program that runs on somebody's server. That's how fast it clicks. Well, it probably clicks a lot faster than that. All day long, everybody's pictures. I'm not saying that they're going to do that. I'm not saying they're thieving. I can't even say the word. Do you know, last week, one of the things I'm wrapping today, about 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago, I did a wrapping from the garage video similar to this, and a chessboard made of marble fell on my leg, and I swore. And I kid you not, 10% of the viewership just disappeared in a rocket off the cliff like that. And I'm thinking, is that people who heard me swear and just turned off? Because they're all adults. no kids watch my videos. I mean, I know the demographics. It's like 40-year-olds up to 60, mostly, and mostly men. So if you're 40 and you haven't heard somebody swear, what can I say? Anyway, yeah, the viewership just drops off like that straight away after I swear. And the reason I swore was, well, I'll show you, because I'm about to wrap it. Oh, God. Yeah. So there's this. And it's marble. It's quite thick, actually. I bought this well over a year and a half ago. And it had these green felt bits. I'll show you. These bits, like 3 or 4 little bits and a strip, you know, stuck on the bottom, and it looked crap. So I already had some black felt and I've stuck that on. It looks nicer now, doesn't it? Anyway, yeah, there we go. It's heavy. It's it's about 8.6 kilos, that. I'm gonna put it in bubble wrap and wrap it up. Yeah, so anyway, right, I had a look at my system, and we're looking at not listings, not sales, traffic. Here we go. It'll tell me. Do you know what? I've been spraying that. I've got this little nest of wasps. It's one of those like this size. I've been spraying it with wasp killer for the last week. I'm going to have to cut it off. I really don't know how many are inside of it. It's only this size, round, not both hands like that, just literally like that size. I don't think you could get more than maybe 8 inside it. Anyway, it's obviously the beginning of a larger nest. I've sprayed it. I tried to kill them. And you're going to say, oh, they're all delicious creatures. They're wasps inside my garage flying about. No, I don't want that. Yeah, so look. 62% of sales on that one. And 37% organic. Sorry, not sales. Views. Right? 37% of organic. Right? Views. Promoted listings, 52%. Organic, 47%. Don't forget, these are impressions. So if they put a little square that size at the bottom of somebody else's page, that's not a promoted impression. If somebody clicks through, or, I mean, have you seen the app now where you get a full page for every listing? And you have to scroll through in hundreds of pages. Anyway, they're not going to. They're going to maybe scroll 14, and the first 2 are going to be ad placements, click-through ad placements. Then there's going to be maybe 5 promoteds, and then there's going to be the organic. So the organic search will go down with the fact that there's bigger pictures on the eBay app on the phone, and 60-odd%, they're always telling us this, of search is going on the phone. So yeah, organic is 49%, promoted is 50.9% on that one. That was 2 days ago. And today up to now, organic is 44 and promoted is 56. But as I say, organic, when you see an organic, it is the full page on the app, and they're scrolling past it. They get to see the price. They get to see a much bigger picture these days. That's something, I suppose. So if your first picture is better, it's much better. However, that's impressions. Listing views, organic 61.9%, promoted 29%. This is views. Organic, 65.5%. Promoted, 31%. Now that doesn't add up to 100 because I had 3.5% of external from Google, which I don't pay for. And this is important. They want us to pay for external views. Google, or whatever search engine you've got, actually gives me 10% of my organic views, on top of my organic views, for free. So, does it make any difference on the sales? Well, the quantity of sold yesterday's was 25% organic, 75% promoted. So it did yesterday. Day before, 66%. But I had very slow days. What I'm finding is, whenever the slow days happen, it's because the organic disappears. The promoted does stay. So some of the stuff I'm going to sell, I'm still going to be promoting and just accept it, but it'll be a low rate. It always is with me anyway. 2, 2.5, 3. I have gone as far as 3.5, 4, 5 on certain items where I'm making a big chunk of money. But there's plenty of days where I've made 3 sales organic, 2 unpromoted on eBay. There's one where it was 3 promoted and 2 organic, but the big sales days, 5 organic, 4 promoted. So it's less promoted sales than organic. That one's 50-50. Now, I told you about me organic to promoted search views today. It was 75% promoted, 25% organic. But the sales is the other way around. Yeah. 75% organic, 25% promoted. Yeah. What pisses me off, am I allowed to say that, YouTube? I don't know. Maybe the graph will go down a hill now. Is they are getting a bit loud, aren't they? I don't know what they're up to. Can you hear that? It's not my tinnitus. I know it's the little waspies. Anyway, is the click-through rate. Don't forget, I don't have promoted click-throughs. My click-through rate is now 0.1%, 0.2%, 0.2%. I think they're throttling click-throughs by putting you down if you're not promoted at all. These are promoted click-through rates. That is not the click-through, the promoted listings click-throughs. When I was selling brand new stock, yeah, brand new, my click-through rate was in the region of 1%, right? And my sell-through rate on click-through was over 10%. And now, can I even get that? Oh, you have to go right down to the bottom of the thing to scroll it across. My best sell-through rate, 5.1%. And that's on a multi-listing where I had 125,000 impressions, 153 views, and 3 sales in the last month. Is that my PS3 promotion? No, it's the PS2 multi-listing. I only had 3 sales in the last month. No, I sold 8 in the last month. Sorry, 3 was the external views. Sold 8 in the last month off that listing. So, what to do? No high promotions, and I will be bringing all my other promotions down to 2%. The listings will have discounts in the titles. It seems to work for me. Big discounts for buying multiple items, and I'm going to just have more multiple listings on, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, not good at all. Anyway, in the meantime, I sold a Roberts radio for, I had it up for $14.99 free post. It's nice in the box, and it's gone for $13.49. That was a 10% off discount, and they bought it straight away, really. Well, within an hour of me sending that. This one, oh God, I paid £8 for it about a year and a half ago, and that's gone for $28.99 plus postage, $34.94. So that's $9.95, isn't it? Postage I've charged. It's heavy, real heavy. Sorry, no, it's $6.95. Yeah, it's under 10. There was a time when if it was over 5 or 6 kilos, I'd just charge £10, but it's no, $6.95. So we're going to wrap them. This just needs some cardboard. Yeah. And I'll slice it down. Fold it over. So it's like a little box. Actually, I'll do it the other way around because there's a label on it that says that it's made by Aldi, beef ragu and teriyaki chicken. Right. Without the label on, it's unmarked cardboard. So I don't even need to, alright, I was going to say I don't need to, but thinking about it, I might just bag this as well. Get an extra bit of card and slip that in there so that it doesn't cover up, like so. It's actually not that bad. I don't think I need to bag it. Yeah, that's good. So I think the answer really is eBay is squeezing us till the pips squeak, as they say. You know, it's like saying if you're playing poker and you don't know who the mug is, you're the mug, because there's always a mug at the table. Well, I know I'm the mug in this case, so at least we know where we stand with eBay from now on. They're out to skin us for as much money as possible. Now, once you know where you stand with somebody like that, you can exploit that. And I will have no compunction about exploiting it. It's as simple as that. What do you mean, eBay? I've got six private accounts. They're all doing money. Can't possibly be right. I actually do have a private account I haven't used in years. I even buy my private stuff on my business account. I don't really need to do that. So, Vinted charge nothing. Do you think somehow that eBay might just be shooting themselves in the foot for business sellers? Will I be promoting more stuff on eBay, or will I be putting more stuff on Vinted? Well, you've got to ask yourself a question. Will I make as many sales on Vinted? Don't know, maybe. If I was to put all my stuff on Vinted first, or do a cross listing where everything gets put on. It's very going to be difficult with a multi-listing. I think I would sell a lot more. I currently do all low value stuff on Vinted, and I do it manually, like with like 3-4 photos, sometimes as many as 20. For instance, I've got one of these. Oh no, it's not this one. I have another alarm clock. I think it's a Sony on Vinted currently. And those are going for £4. This is £13.49. So obviously it's new in the box, or near enough new in the box. It's very clean. I cleaned it very thoroughly. And their postages are cheaper, which, you know, makes quite a bit difference. They've trained the customers to go and get it out of the locker, which eBay doesn't. I mean, I think they've just started for private sellers, haven't they? Where you can like choose to put it into a Vinted locker and get it collected that way. And as a buyer, it's not for private sellers to choose. It's for the buyer to choose, isn't it? It's an availability for buyers. The time is moving on. So let me just stick this and then we'll call it a day, I think. I don't normally wrap things this late in the day, but I had intended to wrap this chessboard at about 7:30. It was bought while I was wrapping the other things. And it was well before my cut-off point, which is currently 10 AM. This is just an easy wrap, so I thought I'd do it first. Yeah, I personally think that promoted listings. I mean, there was a time when I started where you could have bold letters in your title. You could have a subtitle. You could have a purple band behind the lettering. And then they started saying, if you pay extra, you can have a picture in your search title. I know that's so long ago. And I didn't, but I still got sales. But then they gave you more pictures. I think they started and you were allowed 6 pictures at 60k each. And I was using 2 because they were manufacturers' pictures. You didn't need to take any photographs. You could get by on the manufacturer's photographs. I did actually take a lot of photographs for myself because I was buying stuff from like importers where they hadn't got manufacturer's photos. But then as I went on and I was selling more expensive stuff, a lot of the manufacturers were providing big photo files of everything they sold in the wholesaler. You just downloaded that and used their photos. Of course, they got wise, so they started putting thumbnails inside with like their brand name on. eBay said, you're no longer allowed to have anything like that. You're only allowed our thing where you put it into your title and you put your name in and it comes up as a watermark on the photo. And then they said, oh no, you're not allowed that either, because big sellers were putting their title in and changing their name to promoting themselves. So they said, you're not allowed any descriptive writing, right, in your thumbnails. But you know what? They've never enforced it properly. They then said, we want a single colour background. Do you remember that? We'd rather you just did white, but a single colour background, plain, with no writing in, and just the item in the middle. And it has to take up 80% of the space. So you're not allowed a red border and a Union Jack in each corner, like people do. Oh no, you're not allowed that, no. What about if you put the name of the shop across the bottom in writing? Oh no, you're not allowed that. Well, I can go on any search right now, 15 years later, and everybody's breaking those rules. Everybody. So, brand up, be brand aware, and use that to promote your items. That is the way to go. Much more brand conscious stuff. Right, bubble wrap. I'll probably cut this here. So thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll do extra content now as well, and then I might use it later. You never know your luck. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll put links below for both of those videos if you haven't seen them. But also, I mean, if you're an eBay seller, you best read that, take into account what it is, maybe do some maths about whether it's worth your while cutting back on promotions. If, like me, a lot of your stuff goes through organic and you can get away without promoting, yeah. But like I said to you, I don't promote heavily anyway, and that's probably why I don't have as many sales from the promotions. People who rely on having 14 sales a day because they're not making as much per sale, I don't know what to say. I really don't. I would say start looking at other platforms as well, yeah. And eBay, we're watching you, and those other platforms, they're watching you as well. How not to make a profit in online selling. That's what they're thinking, and they're right. It's not sustainable. What you're actually doing is screwing people for as much money as possible until you go down. Everybody can see it. They're not talking about it, but they can see it, and it's not a long-term strategy at all. Okay, eBay, you've had my advice as somebody who's been in business since he was 18. Right, bye.